Here's the Left of Lansing Monday Musing for November 3rd of 2025. I'm Pat Johnston. Progressive Democratic candidate for Michigan's 7th Congressional District, William Lawrence, held a 30-hour food drive and vigil outside current MAGA Republican Congressman Tom Barrett's district office in Lansing this past Halloween Friday. Mr. Lawrence held the vigil last Friday because funding for the food assistance program known as SNAP was ending on November 1st due to the MAGA Republican government shutdown. But thanks to William Lawrence's efforts, over 4 carloads of food and over $1,300 were donated to help the Greater Lansing Food Bank. And make sure to check out my interview with House candidate William Lawrence on the latest edition of Left of Lansing. Now, not only did Mr. Lawrence use the event to shine a spotlight on Congressman Barrett's uselessness as a representative of his constituents, but Lawrence helped raise a little money and bring in some food for those who will be counting on food banks thanks to Tom Barrett's and the MAGA Republicans' government shutdown. Now, a federal judge ruled over the weekend that U.S. Department of Agriculture contingency funds must be spent to provide food assistance to the over 42 million Americans who depend on it, and that includes 1.4 million Michiganders. The Detroit Free Press released a story describing the lives of some of these fine working-class Americans who will be harmed if those food assistance funds dry up. In the story, they quote a 43-year-old single mother from Auburn Hills saying she doesn't receive child support and making around $24,000 annually working full-time with adults who have disabilities is not enough to afford food and still make her $1,350 a month rent. I've been working since I was 14, she said. I've never not been working. I just don't have enough to do all of that on my own. Now, look, you've got to hand it to the corporate media and the corporate authoritarians who regurgitate the garbage that it's just lazy people who receive some government assistance. Because if there's someone who's never received massive government welfare and handouts through all of these years, it's never been massive corporations and their lobbyists. No. Now, one other mom in that story from West Bloomfield said, it's not about parties. It's disgusting that Congress is getting paid while the rest of us have to scrape by. I never thought America would be this. It's sad that my kids have to see this and be part of this. And doesn't that speak to what millions and millions of working class Americans of any background, any race, any religion, any gender identity are dealing with right now? I mean, that perfectly encapsulates how the MAGA Trump economy is hurting all Americans. Well, all working class Americans. Just combine that reality with Dear Leader Trump's Great Gatsby-themed Halloween party at Mar-a-Lago over the weekend featuring wealth, power, greed, and plenty of plastic. Millions are understanding that the regime and the MAGA Republican Congress don't give a damn about the working class. And do you believe this regime will adhere to that federal judge's ruling to release the SNAP contingency funds for the next few weeks? I don't. But back to Michigan MAGA Congressman Tom Barrett, who still refuses to hold town hall meetings to face his constituents struggling to make ends meet. Rather than deciding to meet with Will Lawrence at his office and not only defend why he's backing the government shutdown, but perhaps offer a donation to the food bank, Tom Barrett cried and complained about leftist vandals because someone wrote a message in chalk saying, "Don't let the kids starve, Tom." And that was according to Catherine Daly of Michigan Advance. Oh my God. What in the world will Tom Barrett do? Will he recover emotionally? Chalk, Tom Barrett, can be erased, and can be erased quite easily. What can't be erased is the daily pain and struggle the working class is experiencing while Dear Leader and his family and his corporate authoritarian friends party on like it's the Gilded Age again. Well, you know what? It is the Gilded Age again, but this time it's got an authoritarian government to back it. leftoflansing@gmail.com is the best way to reach me. Subscribe to the podcast and also subscribe to Left of Lansing on YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, the Gram, and Facebook. Take the battle to them.